And we in there. What's going on, brother?
What's up
Oh
with
man,
it?
chilling, man, chilling, living a dream. How about yourself?
Live the dream. Oh man, I can't complain,
Mm-hmm.
man. Getting back acclimated to reality.
What you mean, man?
Oh man, mom was staying at the crib for the last month or so, man. So
Okay.
niggas been eating all types of crazy shit, cheese steaks for breakfast and all types of
You know,
shit.
mama wake up cooking good shit. All that fatty food out there, pork chops at 7 o'clock in the morning. Smothered pork chop. 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, mom got a Uber Eats
Oh,
habit. So
oh.
um, yeah, so like it'll be like 3 days we straight Uber Eats eating out. Then probably like twice a week we cook. So it was
So,
just like,
so, y-
ugh,
so y'all spend about $67 a week on a hot damn Uber Eats,
a
just to
week?
transferring and shit.
No, that's a date.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, she got that habit with that Uber Eats. She single woman live by herself,
Okay.
so and shit, basically I'm single too. So, shit, when I cook, I don't cook a lot of shit like
Mm-hmm.
that no more. What be leftovers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was just a process of getting back to it.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was dieting for like the last 3 months, and that wrecked my whole process and
What kind
progress.
of diet was you on? Like what you mean? What you cut out carbs or some
Oh
shit?
no, I just would cook my meals, more vegetables than meat. Wouldn't fry foods. I haven't deep fried anything in probably about 4 or 5 months since I got the
Mm.
air fryer. So, we cut out the deep
Mm-hmm.
fried foods, cut out the soft drinks, sweet drinks, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Basically start my day off with the
Mm-hmm.
smoothie, have me a couple of boiled eggs and such, you know what I'm saying? And then for dinner, just something light, you know what I mean? Like either make like some pot roast and vegetables or chicken and vegetables or steak and
Make
vegetables,
sure there's
you
some
know what I'm
vegetables
saying?
incorporated with that bullshit.
Man, majority of vegetables, fruit and water, man. Vegetable, fruit and
I
water.
should I applaud that shit, man. I'm trying to eat healthy, but on some fat shit, that shit's hard. It's hard to eat as healthy as you need to eat to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, like,
Yeah.
like you say, you cut out, you ain't deep fried some shit in like 5 or 6 months. Nigga, I deep fried some shit the other day. Like, there's nothing. That's nothing like that shit. I haven't had air fried food, but just the thought of it, it's like trading out pussy for hand jobs. Like, I mean, you get used to hand jobs, but that's deep.
It's okay,
I'm
but I
saying,
mean, it
I'm saying, like it'll do.
ain't ain't nothing like the real
Oh my
thing. You know what I'm
god.
saying? Getting support.
Oh my
You know
god,
what
and
I'm
it's
saying?
bad for you. You know it's bad for you. Like I'll sit up. You ever, back when you used to fry shit, you ever fry some shit and then put that shit on the paper towel, try to drain that shit, and bite that shit, and still be a lot of grease in that bullshit. The grease dripping
Yeah,
down the side of your mouth and shit.
dude. That's why I had to go
Oh,
ahead and
bro.
get up off of it. I was like, it's no way. Like maybe on the
Mm,
weekends I would do something. I would be able to eat something fried and so forth. But for the most part,
mm.
nah, Jack. Nah, I couldn't
My
do it.
wife. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't do it. Yeah, no, I'm just saying that just it just went
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the way for me. I had to, like I say, once I got the air fryer, I was able to do a lot more. So like I could still get my chicken wing
Mm-hmm.
fix and so forth. And by doing the air fry, no fried pork chops or nothing like that, but everything else was
So what?
Gucci. The wings, I think I eat wings like every other day in that air fryer.
So what you cut out pork?
I haven't, but I think like sometimes I have like these. Sometimes I have these dreams and
About
shit,
pork,
right?
nigga?
I be drink, dude.
I'm not
I
finna.
I have sometimes I have such
I'm not finna
lucid
indulge a
dreams,
conversation
right?
where you
Like
finna tell me that you dream about pork chops. We're not doing that.
no, I dreamt about cutting the shit up. Like it's, like I would have a conversation just like this, and I like, man, you know what? I'm gonna cut back on that pork, man. And I wake up, and then lo and behold, here we are having a conversation about cutting out pork.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that. The other dream I remember I was at a Baltimore
mm-hmm.
Ravens game. Lamar Jackson got injured, and the other quarterback got injured. Don't ask me how, but they put
I was
me in
finna
at
say, what
quarterback
game
on
is
the
this?
1 yard line,
Okay, all right.
and I'm on the 1 yard line, and I throw a pass to a motherfucking tight end, and the same beautiful pass, and the shit get
Mm-hmm.
picked off for a pick six, and they got a touchdown the other way, and then we go into the locker room and shit like that, and they like, yeah, we appreciate you playing the game, and I'm looking, and for some reason, only thing I thought about is, okay, I played in a
Yeah.
professional football game. Where the hell
No.
is my check?
Like,
So literally, so literally, I somehow magically appear in this football game, and I'm looking for my
mm,
fucking money. I was like, damn, the minimum contract in the league got to be at least
mm.
250K. I need that. And so basically, I was about to set it off, and I woke up.
And that was from eating pork. Is that what we're talking about here? Like, just read.
No, I'm just talking
Okay.
about a lucid dream. Like
Okay.
this is what I've been
That
dreaming
in
about. So,
cutting out pork. You see what happened?
yeah,
So you
that's
see
been
what
the
happened when
most
you
recent.
decrease pork? Like, I get it. Pork's unhealthy, but you need that sodium in your life that keeps you balanced. You cut that shit out, man. You start dreaming all type of weird shit. You start dreaming. You had a dream. You had a dream, and in your dream, you didn't. You got picked off. I'm not gonna call it failure, but that's not a win. Like, you got picked off, but you still were able to realize the bigger picture. You played an NFL game, but then you became short sighted and started looking for your check. There's a lot of goals.
I think that was, I don't think that was short sighted though. I think I wanted my paper,
All
man.
right, so we're talking like two. Let's say league minimum 250,000, and it's let's
I
say
need
10.
that.
Is it 10 games in the season? 17.
17.
Shit. Let's round that bitch up to 20.
Oh, so you want to do the math?
10, 11. Let's say 11.5. 11.5 a game. 11.5 nice. I see why you would look for 11.5.
I need that. And my signing bonus and all that, man.
No, 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 no. Signing bonuses for special shit.
Nah, everybody get a signing
Do
bonus.
they?
You get your guaranteed cash, yeah, you get your money up front.
Oh, damn. Well, you got a jersey, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had the jersey and
I
shit.
know what I'm
I
saying. You
can't.
got a jersey. You got your own jersey. That ain't enough. Lord of mercy. That's
No.
why you don't pull niggas from the crowds.
Well, I've had another dream
Mm-hmm.
too that I remember vaguely. I was being chased by somebody,
Hmm.
and then I was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna fade this nigga up. I turn around and the nigga gone,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then, I go into the bathroom, and this nigga appear behind me on some Candyman shit,
Mm-hmm.
and he got like this, like one of them sling blades, right? A scythe, but it's the hand scythe
Yeah.
with
Like
like
they
a
would to
round.
throw hay and shit. You ever seen that shit? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
hook.
yeah.
Ain't that a hook?
And he put that shit around my neck and shit, right? He was like, yeah, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'm like, this nigga's finna cut my fucking head
Mm-hmm.
off. And I woke up screaming.
What you
Yeah.
eat before you went to bed?
I think it was some candy. And that's why I say I love living with my mom again, but man, that shit was bad for
I
my
mean,
health.
in theory, I don't think if he was gonna murder you, he would have just did. I think he was here to rob you.
No, he wanted to torture me, B. Like it felt deathly. You ever had those dreams to where like it seemed
Yeah,
real?
all the time.
It's kind of like you were spirit walking. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like in an alternate universe, a nigga tried to cut my head off. And then I was like, well, bitch, I ain't finna just let you
Mm-hmm.
do it. I was like, you know what? I can fight this shit. So, like, literally, I can feel myself as I'm asleep trying to move physically in the present. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was some wild shit, Jack.
I've I remember one time I had this dream when I was younger. I was much younger. I'm texting my wife, by the way, I'm still talking to you. And I had this dream that I robbed a bank, some elaborate bank robbing scheme. And I remember I robbed the bank and I had the money in the bag. And I walked home with the money in the bag. And I walked into my house. I put the bag on a dresser, laid down in my bed, went to sleep. And when I woke up, I was looking for that bag of money. And it wasn't there. And that's when I realized that it was all a dream. So when you talk about lucid dreams, I get it. I really thought there was a part of me that felt sad that I hadn't robbed that bank, that I didn't have that bag of money on my dresser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. But, I be like, damn, and like that's another thing that made me change my diet. Cause like I get tired of having bad
Mm-hmm.
dreams, and like I want a good dream, like a good dream where it's lucid enough to where I feel like I'm getting my dick sucked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like something beautiful. You know what I mean?
Would
Beautiful.
you ever you ever have a dream where you getting head and like you was in the bed with somebody else and it's visibly it's visible like they question you about the shit. You know what I mean? Because I understand that you're single.
Yeah.
Like the chance of that shit happening is slimmer with you. You know what I'm saying? but you wake up one morning and have to ask some
Listen,
hard questions, nigga. Like, hey, so what was you thinking about?
nah,
Shit. Mm-hmm.
nah, nah. But I do know in the dream, if you dream about sex, one, don't nut and don't think you about to piss.
Cause you go pee on yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think how my
Absolutely.
wife would handle if I pee on myself. And that's one of the beautiful things about marriage. You can get away with a lot of shit. Cause both of y'all are in it for the long haul. All right. So if my wife were to have an accident, she have an accident. We're adults. We get up, we wash sheets, yada yada yada. But on the flip side of it, that also grants me permission to have an accident, and it not. If you single, right, and a chick spend a night, unless you fuck real good before you went to sleep, if you pee in the bed, she might not come back over.
Oh, that's a life sentence.
Right?
You now piss or the pee.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you married, it's just like
Yeah.
you a nasty motherfucker. You get up, you got shit, you like this thing.
Well, here's one thing I like. By nature, we're nasty as people, as
Mm.
human beings, right? Like we're only what one chromosome away from being fucking
I
monkeys,
didn't know
right?
that. We'll have to circle back to that shit
So,
at some point, like later on down the timeline. You have to explain. You have to explain because
okay,
the
so
shit
now we
sounded
gotta go to
borderline
biology.
racist. I don't like it. She talking about a chromosome away from being apes.
There is a correlation now, I will admit. Now, with us being a people like
Uh,
that, right? And I imagine in married life, you don't walk around with fucking napkins all day,
no,
right? So when you pick your nose, do you wipe it on your shirt, your shorts, a sheet? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
those are nasty things in
yes,
which and
but my
with
wife hates every time I do it. Like you catch me about 7, 8 o'clock in the evening and look at my work shirt, nigga. I got stains from throughout the day. Oh my shirt, and she hates that shit. Like this shit,
mm,
she sounds me fucking gross. She fucking hates that, shit. But it's so habitual at this point. Like if I'm eating some shit, get some ketchup on my finger, nigga, I wipe that shit. I wipe that shit on my sleeve, nigga, like a mark of victory. Nigga, like ah. You know what I'm saying?
you's a nasty nigga.
I am. Nigga, I'll pick a book, nigga, then I'll take that shit, the bottom of your shirt where the seam is on the inside. Nigga, I flick that
Yeah.
bitch up under there, nigga.
Yeah, it depends on how big the book
If it's
is.
real big, like if you had to get off in that bitch, like this shit, get off in that bitch, you go get a paper towel. But them little ones, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's get into it. What you got going on, man? What's the latest read?
So
What we gonna rap about
so
today?
let's start off. It'll be a little slower. We kind of pregame, so you got what's going on. That boy Peebo just joined the chat, by the way. so,
Okay, my dog. People dripping the cool cum stain.
so, so there was a little league football game here over the weekend over here in a suburb. I'm in Texas, in Dallas, suburb of Dallas, Lancaster. Depending on where you are and who you are and how you pronounce it, it's either Lancaster or Lancaster. It's Lancaster. Um, So during the football game, there was the two gentlemen got into it. One of them was coach. Another one was a fucking some observer.
Observe.
Yeah, apparently he might have been the father of or uncle or somebody on the other team. When I heard the story on the radio this morning, they said that the score was being run up. Said it was like 36-0, and one guy wanted the refs to stop the game, and the other guy didn't. Anywho, a brawl ensued, and one of the gentlemen ended up shooting the other at a fucking little league football game. Grown ass niggas
Oh wow.
arguing resulted in a murder at a little league football game. Now I can get if you upset because you think like the score being run up on your kid, but that doesn't warrant murder. So
I
are
agree.
you familiar with any of this?
Yeah, it was Yaqub Talib was the alleged
Mm-hmm.
shooter's name.
Mm-hmm.
For one, you kind of got to blame his parents for naming the brother Yaqub, right? If you're familiar with the Nation of Islam, you know who they say Yaqub
No,
was, right?
enlighten me. This is something new. This
Oh,
is first hand. If I had my sound effects loaded up, I go ahead and drop some bombs. This is first hand knowledge. Lay it on me.
okay. Yaqub, according to the Nation of Islam mythology, is was a scientist. Yaqub had a very large head in
And you,
comparison to the normal man at the
so
time. They
so
say, go ahead.
so abnormal is this supposed to be factual? Because you had me up until you said he had a very large head, and you in diameter. What is it, about 3 feet, 3 feet ahead?
I wouldn't say that much. While you at, you can type up. Go ahead, pull out your phone. Let's go through an
No, I'd rather
educational
let my
part.
imagination carry this for me. I'd rather I'd rather
I
call
don't.
you a liar.
I really can't get but I mean, the visual would be helpful for you. I really can't say the brother had a
Cause you,
three
cause,
feet in
cause you
circumference
said
dome
he
piece.
had a large head.
That's why I say pull your phone out so you can see
Okay,
the visual and you can
cause it
understand where I'm
sounds like
coming from.
retardation.
Now, he's a scientist.
Yes, that's why I'm perplexed. That's
Yakub had his science lab was in a cave, and they say that Yakub invented
all
white
right.
people.
So I was about to type it. I'm not. Go ahead. I'm just gonna listen, brother.
Yeah, so that was my. I don't know the relevance of the name Yakub, but to my knowledge, that's the earliest reference point I have in my lifetime
There's
of
so
the
much to
name
unpack
Yakub.
here. I'm gonna actually go back and research this because I don't know what to decipher fact from bullshit. But the fact that
Well, I
there's
mean, it's nothing to really to research, really,
yeah,
except that that's what they consider him to be.
because
You know,
like I heard two niggas arguing, and not to stray away from the subject, but you hit a nerve because this is hilariously intriguing. Like I'm fucking confused at this point. I heard these two niggas arguing, and one nigga was like, "Well, white people aren't really people. Like they's invented." And like, yeah, it's like they were invented like from the chromosome of a dog. It's like, yeah, that's why when they get wet, they smell like puppy. And
yeah,
I wasn't with them niggas until that very last part, and I was like, so
yeah. They say they was, from I want to say the first one, the first person who was banished to the mountain, I believe, was Cain. From the story of Cain and Abel, was banished to the Caucasus Mountain, and that's where a lot of people reference the first iteration of white people.
so when Cain was at, and don't let me go too deep because we're going somewhere else with this, right?
Yeah,
So, but Cain was banished to a mountain, and Yakuza was on this mountain creating white people, the mountain of Caucasus.
no, two different mythologies. Cain being cast into the mountain is
Yeah,
Christian theory, is some Christian theory. Let me not
right,
say,
right, right.
and so in the whole religion. Yaqub is the Nation of Islam's
Okay,
theology.
so I need to. Okay, I have to.
Yeah,
That lets me know. That lets me know. With it being a nation of Islam mythology, that lets me know who the supplier of this cocaine is. So if I'm searching through the internet and I'm getting a whole bunch of stepped on bricks, I know who the source is, so I know to get closer to the source to find the uncut mythology behind this. Okay. Okay, so but he was named after a big head scientist that was creating white people in the cave.
that's the first reference point
Okay.
I have for the name
Okay.
Yaqub. But to bring it back home and to get out of theology is that for something like that to be escalated, it starts first with him having a gun at a kid's
Nigga,
football game, right?
why is your pistol there? Like I'm Texas. We keep our pistol everywhere. But you normally keep it in the car. Like the rule is you have your pistol, you keep the shit in the car. You get out, like you keep shit in the car in certain situations. If you're going to the Cracker Barrel, the movies, the fucking football game, you don't need your shit on you like that, man. You can have it with you and not on you.
Yeah, and that to me that's the precipice or the instrument that's used to always hyper escalate situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes from something so simple to a disagreement that now, because you have a strap, the need to be right is more prevalent than the want to get it right these days,
Mm.
right? Like I need to be right, and this here is my force of saying that
This
I'm
is gonna
gonna be
make me
right.
right.
Correct. And that's usually the precipice for any volatile
Mm-hmm.
situation. And it becomes it always ends
Mm.
badly. That's why I say I look at myself as a pacifist because I know
Mm-hmm.
me, and I know as soon as I feel threatened, I'm gonna want to, hey man, I'm gonna add this bitch out. You know,
As soon as I
so
feel threatened, bitch getting sprayed.
pop go to Weasel, nigga. For real. Call me two pop up in this bitch. For real. Pop
Mm-hmm.
pop. for real. But like every situation you see, it's an unnecessary pistol in a situation in which it seems nowadays it's becoming more often than not that it's
Yeah,
ending badly. Imagine if you'd have been at the concession stand and they sold them some cold fries. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah. Or
based on
imagine one of
today,
them bullets hit one of them kids.
but that's today's
Mm,
climate though. Unfortunately, kids and elderly are starting to become more often the casualty as opposed to the people who are actually inside the
yeah,
BS.
yeah,
You know, and a situation like that again, it could all have been avoided. If he didn't have a pistol on him, do you think that he ends up shooting somebody, or do he just swallow the
yeah.
disagreement and be a
Either
man
take
about
or
it? You
give
know what I'm
said
saying?
ass whooping
Okay,
and roll on out. Yeah,
correct, correct. So like I say, that it's awful to hear. His brother Talib, Akeem Talib, his brother, who was a football player, they saying he
yeah.
was there. Akeem Talib just signed a contract to be an announcer on the Amazon Prime pregame show.
Might not make it.
Well, I mean, truthfully, that's a bad
Yeah,
politic. You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That's a very
I mean, he
bad
tried to get out.
politic.
He tried to get out in
And
front of it, and he said he sent a letter via his lawyer expressing his condolences. And I get it. I can't be you as my brother. I can't be wholeheartedly responsible for what you do, but you are a reflection of me as I am a reflection of you. We're our own individual people, but there's only so much distance that I can offer myself from you when you fuck up. You see what I'm saying?
correct, correct. I can't
Right,
take it for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go to
right.
jail for you. And that becomes, but by the fact that you do this on my watch while I'm there, I
You
am
see,
now involved.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You had to do this here, now, really.
Yeah. Now this leads into something else though that happened
Okay,
recently as well, and I want to kind of tie them in together since we're on the concept of how sometimes
okay.
there's a rapper in Jacksonville who allegedly committed a murder.
Hmm.
He told his father about the murder, and his father helped him get together and get what I mean to clean up and straighten up and stuff like that.
Tamper with evidence. Is that what we're talking about? Okay.
Correct.
Well,
Allegedly. This is
right.
all alleged. This is
You're
all
right.
alleged.
Mm.
So essentially, what happens is the police end up catching the daddy for the murder. So the daddy's in jail for the murder, and he's like, "Hey, man, all right, I've been in here for 6 months. You gonna say something?"
hey, hey, man. We caught. We caught.
No, you call. I ain't called. I ain't do shit. You called.
Yeah.
Now I've been holding it down for 8 months, but you got to keep in mind I got 6 other kids, man. So by me being your daddy, that means there's 6 other kids'
Yeah.
daddy. I can't play
Yeah.
daddy too. So I mean, at what point does it? And then he wrote a letter, and he basically saying he cooperating with them people to tell on his
Yeah.
son. And so, at what point does it become snitching, morally corrupt, or is it the right thing to do to acknowledge that you ain't had nothing to do with it, and this motherfucker ain't biting the bullet like he's supposed to? So, hey man,
That's
he did that
that's
shit.
tricky. That's
How?
tricky. So there's a part of me that would say, if it's my son, especially if it's my son, and I know I didn't commit the murder, then there's a good chance that I can let the evidence speak for me, so I could go to trial for my son's murder, for my son's business. I could go to trial banking on me getting found not guilty via evidence. But it's a gamble still because that shit can go either way at the end of the day, right? But I can get off, and they wouldn't necessarily then go after my son. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. We might slide out. I don't know. I don't know how I would handle it. I know that to me, snitching is when. Ooh, that'd be tricky.
Snitching to
That'd be
me is
tricky.
two things, right? When you do a crime with somebody and you put it all on them. Secondly, is if if you're in a lifestyle and you tell on somebody just because, right? I don't think that we can convict civilians for
Yeah,
snitching in today's climate if you got a serial killer in your
I
neighborhood.
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And I think that that's kind of ruining our
Mm-hmm.
communities. The fact that literally we're trying to enforce a code to harbor
Mm-hmm.
criminals. Back in the day, in slave times, of course you don't want to tell because that nigga ran off the
Yeah.
plantation. You know what I'm saying? Of course not. So that's why we have a strong no snitching culture, no cooperating with the police culture and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But I mean, it's getting to the point now to where you got people killing, like you said, if he would have shot a kid at that football game, do you tell on him and nobody has footage of it? Do you tell on him or do you just let him walk away with the murder
I'm
of
in
a
a
child?
I'm in a different time in my life now. Uh, a 20-year-old me would standing firmly behind that no snitching policy. That'd be something I foolishly have to think about. I'd be like, yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know, but like these days, kid, old man, what you do some crime around me? I'm telling on your motherfucking ass. I am. What the fuck are you criming for? Especially like sister. If I see you, if I see you stealing a stereo, hey, don't get caught. If somebody come outside and catch you in that car, they go shoot you. But I'm not gonna call the police. You shoot somebody, and I catch you blabbing, and that shit don't look
Yeah.
like it's a war. Like that shit look like you going after a citizen or a bystander. Mm-mm. No, mm-mm. No,
See,
we're
I
not
was
gonna
put
do
in a
this.
position like at
Oh
one time,
man.
right? To where a nigga tried to make me to be an accomplice.
Oh.
I was at the Taco Bell. I worked at Taco Bell. I got off work and this nigga, I ran across this nigga in the
Yeah.
neighborhood, right? As I'm walking home, and he like, yeah, man, I'm finna go hang out on the
Uh
hot
huh.
block. He was like, I got my dick puller with me, and a dick puller is basically like a little gun that look like a dick, oddly enough, that you can put into a keyhole, and you can pull out the keyhole. You can do it on the car. Back in the day, I don't know if it works in today, but back in the day, you can pull it to unlock doors, and you can put it in a keyhole and start a
Okay.
car. So he has the dick pull. And I'm like, all right, man, well, shit. I'm going to go in the house. I'm going to change and I'm going to catch you on the hot block, right? So I go shower, change and shit, come outside and shit. This nigga's in the back of a fucking police car. And I see what the fuck he has done, right? Because I see the car with the door open and shit like that. And the police is like, hey, 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 he says he was with you. Were you with him? Hell no. I just got off work. I don't even know that nigga.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. So, just to go back to that situation you presented where a nigga still in the radio or something like that, like, man, I'm not gonna harbor no damn fugitive, especially not on
Yeah.
some shit that I did. Like, if he would have got if I would have said yes, I'd have been held
Yeah.
as an accomplice,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? It's not like they would have let him out the car. No, you was with this nigga. Okay, come on. You get your ass in this other car. So I was like, no, I don't know that nigga. And that taught me a valuable lesson to where it's like, dude, you come to where I live, you commit a crime, and you expect me to be okay with the shit?
Wait. So did y'all stay in the same neighborhood together? So so
No, he didn't
so,
live
so this
there.
nigga was like coming to your house. It was like, hey, well, why you going there and wash your ass? I'm gonna steal some shit.
Correct. I'm finna steal somebody's car.
Yeah, no, that's easy. Was you with this nigga? No, sir. I live right here in this house. I literally just came outside to check the mail.
Correct. Correct. I'm going to the store, man. I was trying to come out see if there was any holes on the block. But I stayed on what was called it's a hot block. You know what I'm saying? It's an apartment building in a residential neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So when if you live in the residential part of the neighborhood, where do you go for your drugs? You go to the fucking hot block, to where the
Yeah,
poor people at, right?
makes sense.
Yeah. So that's why I say the culture is starting to have principles and which are becoming outdated. You understand what I'm saying? That no snitching shit, like, and do now I don't have children, so do I not deserve to raise my kids in a safe
Yeah,
environment?
I mean that's what I'm saying. Like that's the type of shit that I'm on now. I mean, there's a level of sensibility that comes with being older, being more mature. I was at that point where it's like, you know what I'm saying, you whole friend and no such product. Now these days, like I'm not gonna go out my way to tell them motherfuckers business. I don't write like that. But crime is crime. I'm that nigga. I'm at this point to where crime is crime. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Well, I don't want no parts of it. I ain't got no time to get on people.
none of that.
You know what I'm saying? So you do some shit around me, hey, bro. Uh, yeah. They asking me some questions. You might want to go ahead and you can stop this. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga said, hey, look, I'm gonna be honest. Either you go tell them, or I'm gonna tell them. But they will get tired.
Oh, nigga, I'm gonna come smoke in the bed. That time, nigga, only you can prevent 4 or 5.
Nigga said, you can stop it.
For real, nigga, you can stop this at any time, bro. Anytime you want. They ain't even got to talk to me if you just, man the fuck up.
Is you saying that to him while the police there? You got like mumbling, you talking pit lag to him like this?
No, nigga, I look this nigga dead in his eye. I don't know that man. That nigga, he said, and they said, sir, you're going to jail. The nigga say, jail? I think, damn, that's
That
fucked
nigga
up.
said, that nigga made the nigga sound like one of them raid cockroaches.
Bro, this is a real talk. Real talk. You want me to go to jail with you, bitch? I don't keep no nigga company in no damn jail, bro.
I almost spit the shit up.
But for real, like I'm just supposed to come hold your hand while we in jail. We gonna make it, bro. We gonna be all right. Nigga, fuck you. I'm finna go in this house, smoke my reefer, and play my video game, nigga. Shit. Fuck what
Was
you
that shit
talking about?
awkward when he got out of jail?
Hell no. I told that nigga, I said, you stupid as fuck, nigga. Like, you should have did that shit in the first place. Man, well, all you had to do is say I was with you. No, I didn't. I ain't have to do shit. For real, nigga, I just got out of work from fucking flipping tacos, man. What the fuck make you think I want to go to jail for a couple hours? Now my sister saying, you stealing cars and shit. You know how many questions I got to answer behind that shit? Nigga, fuck you.
How many years y'all stay friends after that? Y'all still friends today?
Yeah, he a good dude, but he just do dumb
I
shit.
think we was all like that at one point. Some of us mature faster than others.
No, I did dumb shit, and every time I got arrested, I went to jail by my damn self. Except one time I took my brother with me, but that's a different story.
What happened now? What happened?
We went out drinking and shit, and I was a little wild back then. So we out drinking. It was a sink or swim at I want to say it was the Full Moon Saloon.
What the fuck is this?
So
what are you talking?
Sink or swim. Basically, they give you a cup, $15 when you get in the cup, and you can drink all night for free. They'll fill your cup up with as many well drinks as you can drink. At the time, I'm young, so I'm drinking tequila sunrise. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know no better. Every time I went to jail, I was on tequila, by the way. So
do you
I'm
still drink tequila to this day? Okay, I
very
understand
seldomly.
why. You have to phone your
Yeah,
lawyer and shit.
well, I'm broke. Ain't
Do
no
you have,
lawyer
yeah,
for real. I'm at the
yeah,
mercy of the judge.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, I'm not a sold some drugs, but I wasn't selling that much drugs.
Yeah.
Goddamn, for real.
Not bad.
You know
Not
what I'm
bad.
saying?
I
So
thought
no,
not
hey,
bad.
hey, don't be sorry.
Like
It's an innocent
how
mistake.
nigga feel bad for a nigga being poor. I'm sorry, bro. They
Hey, bro,
no, I feel
happened
you.
to
They got
some of
I
us.
mean
You know what I'm
they
saying?
got court appointed. I think you be alright in the judicial system if you ever found it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tequila Sunrise and
No, I never once when I was arrested did I talk to a lawyer. Uh, you at the mercy of the court.
man, okay.
And so anyway, that night we leaving the
Mm,
club and shit. Again, I'm drunk. I'm young. I think I'm like 19,
mm,
20 at the time. I'm drunk and I'm young and I know everything and I
oh
listen to
shit.
rap music, so I think
Did
I'm
you have a
fucking
pistol
pimp,
on you?
right? This one,
Oh, okay.
hell no. I ain't right.
Okay.
I was a
Right,
pacifist.
right,
So, you know what I mean? I had
right.
these.
All you need, son.
Correct. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? So anyway, it's the end of the night, and I go to step down on some chicks, right? I'm like, man, what's
uh-huh.
poppin', bitches? You know what I'm saying? And my brother like, man, what the fuck is you doing? And like, he didn't understand me at the time. So, my game was advanced. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's up, bitches? I was like, what was on Oprah today? And this nigga, he grabbed me by the arm, and I'm like, man, let me go, nigga. We walked around the corner. The police was like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, man, whole ass cracker. And the white dude was like, the police was like, you guys are about to fight. I'm like,
Mm,
man, that's my brother. I'm talking to him. So I see him grab my brother and shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is y'all doing? Police come, grab me by the arm, twist me up and put me head first on the
mm,
police car. I say, fuck. So I start licking through my mouth, and I always had a gap. So, but I'm licking, my tongue is going clear
mm-hmm.
through my mouth. This nigga knocked half my fucking tooth off. So, I'm yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm in this bitch. I'm finna beat y'all ass. Nigga, police done threw me in the back of the van and shit. I'm cussing
Get the
they
kicking
ass
hot damn.
smooth out. Yeah, and I see they arrest my
Mm,
brother too. So I'm like, man, go get my
yeah.
fucking sister. I'm young and shit. Was this the first or second time? It was either the first or second time I'm getting
Mm,
arrested at this point. And so they take me and I'm cussing their ass clean out. You hoe ass motherfucking honky ass cracker. You rooter poot ass cracker. So, in my tooth out, I'm like, you motherfuckers knock my tooth out, bitch. I'ma kick y'all ass. Don't you know they got my brother in another car? He drive off. So we sitting there for like
mm.
5 minutes. And his buddy, I see his buddy shooting my head nod and shit like that, right? So he was like, "You're gonna beat my ass, huh?"
we finna, that's that. That's
We
that. We finna whoop
drive
these
now,
niggas. Finna whoop these niggas.
bruh. So now keep in mind, from Ybor City to Falkenberg, it's probably about a 5 to 6 minute ride, but we riding for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So we ride, we're up here, it's like, nigga, it's a motherfucking circle, and it's like a UFC ring, but ain't nobody in the audience, right?
I had y'all ass in the
So he get out there,
bullpen. Hot damn.
nigga, they beat my motherfucking ass, Jack. For real, took me to motherfucking jail. I'm in this bitch. I'ma kick your ass, Officer Friendly. I'ma
Still
kick
going.
your ass. These niggas done straight shit like that, nigga. I'm in motherfucking lockup, nigga. All I can do is wiggle and poop. And I'm in this bitch hollering. Well, I'm drunk, beat up, tooth out my mouth. Nigga, God, why have you forsaken me? Nigga, I'm in this bitch. And then I see my brother come up to the motherfucking cell in the holding tank and he like, man, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. And one of the partners from the neighborhood, he was locked up too. He like, man, if he don't be quiet, they're gonna beat his ass. I was like, they already beat me. They already beat me. But moral of the story is
That shit sounded real illegal, by the way.
everybody,
That shit was real
oh,
fucking.
but very much. We when I went to court, I'm telling the motherfucking story. I'm like, man, you got these heinous police officers. Now, I'm very articulate at the time, arrogant as
Yeah.
fuck. You got these police officers who feel the need to break my tooth, and you think this is okay, Judge? And everybody in the courtroom, this is foul. This is foul. So I'm in this Judge Hernandez ass. He's like, yeah.
Amanda's.
He's like,
I
yeah,
would say that's Mexican, but given y'all were in the southern eastern region, Cuban,
Puerto Rican.
Okay.
The same thing depending on which tribe you ask, but that's another story.
As
So
as
you know,
as mucho racist.
so anyway, he says, so did when you guys were at the club, did you have anything to drink? I said I had one beer. He said,
Of course, this that one beer get you money.
Now keep in mind I'm tequila sunrise up, but I'm thinking I'm smarter than him, right? So I'm like, yeah, beer. He was like, aha, that's what did it. I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. Everybody in the courtroom, that's foul. Like literally, nigga, the whole courtroom, like nigga, like this is the OJ trial, nigga. For real, nigga. Yeah, so nigga, I'm getting my Johnny Cochran on because I wanted to be a lawyer when I was young. So I'm my Johnny Cochran on. So he was like, all right, what we're gonna do time served, and you stay out of Ybor City. And that was the end of it, man. But the story is, man, do your damn dirt by your lonesome, man, because you're gonna bring somebody into your bullshit. And sometimes you bring people into your bullshit, they gonna get an ass whooping too.
Yeah, and don't bring no guns to no little league football game, because it ain't that fucking
Correct.
serious. That you
Correct.
left. It's two families shattered now. You got one family that they daddy finna go to jail, and this is Texas. So if it was a felony while committing a felony, that's a capital offense, and they go seek the death penalty, which that's what they give you something good. You know,
Yeah.
and the other family, they lost their father. You lost father. You lost a coach. Somebody lost a brother. Somebody lost a son. Behind what? Hurt feelings, an argument. Shit.
Correct. But what message did it teach the kids?
Some niggas carry guns.
Nah, man. Some people gonna look at it, man. If you got that iron, you can save yourself.
That's what I'm saying. The kids look at that shit and like, shit. I'm gonna have to carry a gun because I don't know who else got a gun. And that's where we at.
Correct.
That's where we at.
And now you got a whole community of youth and adults who live in that area, who live in that community, who have to now deal with the aftermath of such stupidity. You know. But that's pretty much what that's at. You want to take a quick break?
We're gonna send us into the break. We're gonna let the sweet sounds of Peebo drip and the salty teardrops carry us on into a interlude.
Oh yes, indeed.
This is INMF.
you. Now, you don't love me anymore, well, that breaks my heart, but it's still fucking bad, because you don't gotta love me. But you will respect me.
This is INMF.
All right, man. We back, man.
Oh man, I can't get enough, man.
Don't-
That Peebo
I,
drip and a
I,
horrible
I
heart
say,
on, boy, them niggas
don't
be
you fucking
going
do
tough.
it. Nigga said, nigga said the horrible
I'm just
hurdle.
saying, man. They last single, you got your half on the bottom was the shit.
That motherfucker, that one track. Nah, baby, we ain't twins. We just look like this. That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wee. Yes, indeed. Ain't no love like the love from your bitch. I liked it,
I'm
man.
gonna spit my soda up.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and switch
Okay.
gears for a little bit. Since we're on the subject of Peebo drip now. Peebo had posed a question earlier today, right,
Yeah.
in our group chat. And I thought it was a very relevant question considering what happens in today's world about how men
Mm-hmm.
should conduct themselves, right? And the question was, would you fuck your homeboy's ex-wife or
X
ex-girlfriend or
period.
ex rather?
Okay.
Correct. And I just wanted to chop it up with you because there were some things that were said which I was just curious about and see if we can come not necessarily to a
Yeah.
resolution, but just kind of explore the
Okay.
topic a little bit, right? And just come up with a few perspectives in which may be strong enough to, maybe might be able to help some people out there. Right. So I posed the question to you. Do you think it's okay for a nigga to double back behind his partner when dealing with the woman?
I mean, you can say it really fucked up. Like using
Oh wow. And I don't
using
think there's no right
using
or wrong
phrases
way to
like double
say so.
back. You see, like a nigga, like
Well, back
back
though,
no,
like you
back
know what
door
I'm
is back
saying? Like,
door. The term back door is normally reserved for some type of shady action. You know what I'm saying?
well, that's the definition of
It's
dirty macking, by the
what
way.
we're talking about. I think it's a matter of perspective, perception. Do I think it's wrong? Are we talking about an individual, these two individuals that were in a relationship and they're no longer in a relationship, right?
Correct.
So, is it safe to say that? I mean, there may be feelings there, like them old, like you kind of have leftover feelings when you're in and out of a relationship. But let's say both of these individuals have either moved on or ready to move on, right? It's not like they would hook back up.
I don't think I don't think that's
Well,
relevant.
I think it plays a
Uh,
part because to answer your question simply, no. If y'all aren't together, y'all aren't together. I I pose those other two scenarios because if it's a situation where, all right, like normally when you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all break up, there's a period where it's kind of like that cooling off period where y'all still might hook back up, and but there's a time where the relationship even the breakup at this point is old, everybody's moved on, and it'd be surprised, like I would be shocked if I broke up with somebody, if I broke up with a chick and fucking 2 months down the line or whatever, like 2 or 3 months down the line, she called me. She's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Well, with my girl." And she was like, "Oh my god, you just moved on so quickly." Fucking yeah! Like what the fuck? What did you think I was supposed to do? Just sit around and wait? Like I don't know if there's a timeline that we should follow as far as respect, but that I say all that because it kind of plays back into what originally I was saying. I personally feel like if y'all aren't in a relationship and we're past that whole, well, we broken up but we still together type shit. Like that Zach and what's the old girl from Saved by the Bell? Zach and Kelly shit, where these motherfuckers always breaking up and hooking back up shit. Everybody knew these niggas was a couple, right? But at one point they split up for real. Like that shit was done. So if a motherfucker slid in on motherfucking Kelly Kapowski, so motherfucking be it. Why would Zach give a fuck? He was dating a chick that was on the beach and shit. Why the fuck would he care about what the fuck Kelly got going on? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my mindset. Correct. If I'm with you, I'm with you. If I'm not with you, I don't give a fuck who you date. Whoever it is.
I can agree with that. Just me personally, people who are close to me always, well, in the past, I expect a modicum of respect, right? Like sometimes in today's society, you have this thing called revenge sex, right?
They get
Which
back.
is pretty prevalent, or they call it, they call it getting your lick back, right? So I mean, me personally, when I break up with a chick, I take the high road, right? Like, all right, this ain't working. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? And I'll leave a chick alone. Like I go cold turkey. But by doing that, that allows me not to leave a bad taste in the mouth of a woman in the long term. Short term, she's like, damn, this nigga ain't gonna call me. Like when you hear the other side of a situation, it changes, right? And I've always kept this perspective that me personally, this is just something I live by, not trying to impose my views on nobody, but I value relationships, right? And not just relationships as far as man and woman. I'm talking about friend, family, and others, right? I tend to honor that covenant, right? And I know dudes, you can be like, man, I'm done with that bitch, or I'm done with that chick, or I ain't never gonna deal with that again. But you could just be heartbroken, right?
Yeah, you could.
And then, if you express that heartbreak to your partner and you tell him, well, damn, man, she broke my heart, because y'all friends, right? So, I mean, you should be able to talk to your partner. So you telling them about your chick, and then he go back and hit the chick? Hell no. Like me personally, I don't allow a lot of people into my personal space, my personal life. So those who do come into my personal life, everybody's going to get a different side of me and a different perspective about me, right? And may those two sides and different perspectives never meet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've always, like my partners, they ex-ladies and ex-girlfriends, ex-wives and stuff like that. Like, if I see them in public, I'll be the same as if they was together, right? Like, that's his situation. I'm gonna do me in life, right? I'm gonna be okay. I don't need anything in which he's had. So I'll always be cordial and respectful, out of the fact that I know that there's a possibility that they could possibly be back together.
So you conduct yourself on the off chance that one day this could get back, this could regress back into a relationship. Okay.
Yeah, I never, I
Or
never want to assume.
is there any type of situation that would cancel it out for it? Like if you had a partner and you was like, all right, let's say you got a partner, fucking Tony, and Tony was dating Sheila, and then him and Sheila fell off, and then Tony started dating Angela, and then Tony and Angela get married, and then Tony and Angela have a baby. Is there any type of situation where you would look at Tony and be like, all right, I don't think there's any chance of him getting back with Sheila? Did I throw a lot at you?
No, like, I mean, I get exactly what you're saying. I'm just
Yeah.
shaking my head like, no,
Okay.
still wouldn't entertain it. It's too much out there. Like, it's 4.5 billion women. Like, what? If we was gonna hit her, we should have hit her together. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, you know what I'm saying? I just never been the type to do something like that, because then it kind of implies that throughout the course of their whole relationship, I was looking at
Okay.
his chick.
Yeah. It could.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, why would I bring
But
like you
if that
nigga? I bring you out a woman that I say is mine, man. She's a
if
unit
that
to you niggas, man. And it goes
if that
vice
was the
versa.
implication that the whole time you was looking at his chick, if he's moved on, how much care should he put into that idea?
He shouldn't put any care into that idea with me, because I
No,
got respect for
I'm
him
saying
and his
this is a
relationship.
hypothetical situation. It's not speaking in how you are actually. If you said if I did that, that would that would leave the idea that I was looking at his chick the whole time. But if he's already removed from the situation, if he's already moved on, how much care should he put into it? Like, why should he care if he was looking at his old chick the whole time? I mean, outside the obvious, he should be worried that you be looking at his new chick the whole time. But if that's the concern, it would still take two of y'all. Unless you out here raping motherfuckers, it still take two of y'all to make anything happen. Other than that, you just looking, right?
Correct. But I hold the people around me
Yeah,
to a higher standard. The people I'm close to. Like if it's somebody who stay up the block from us, who we know and we cool with, and he, you know what I'm saying? He go back and hit my ex. I can't say nothing about that. But if it's part of the people I see, I talk to on a daily, people who I
yeah,
express myself to,
yeah.
nah. Especially if it comes down to a woman that hurt me or something like that. Like, dude, I told you this bitch hurt me, and this how you would feel about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think
What
it's okay for that?
what if
And
you
I'm just
plan
supposed
on
to be
dogging
cool
her
with
out
that?
in your
Nah.
honor?
What you mean, dogging out of my honor? Man, the best thing we can do with that bitch dead, Pete.
Lord,
She dead. She dead. She
uh,
fell off the earth, B.
uh,
She dead. She's out of there.
yeah.
She's out of there,
Uh,
B. For real. But
no, I was just gonna say, and
go ahead.
a lot of individuals. What I've learned is a lot of dudes feel the same exact way you do, and that's kind of why I move the way I move. I believe one thing, but I move a different way because I move according to the environment that I am, the people that I'm surrounded. I've been in similar situations where dudes have said they didn't care, but they actions stated otherwise. So those type of situations teach you these lessons where it's like, you know what, niggas say they don't give a fuck, but they kind of act like they do. So I'm not gonna do this anymore, even though I don't have a problem with it. Like if you was like, man, I slept with your ex-wife. I'm sorry. I know we can't never be. I'm gonna stop you early in the apology. Like, bro, you really don't have to do that shit. I cannot express
That's
to
another
you
layer
how
to it,
much I
though,
don't give
right?
a fuck. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's another layer to it, though, right?
What you mean?
You saying your partner coming to you and saying, "Hey, man, my bad, but this is what
Yeah.
happened." So what if that's not how you find out?
Well, how's what I find out? Like, how's what I find out where I gave a fuck about it? Like, if she told me, it's like, hey, I'm glad you married and happy. By the way, I fucked Charles. I'm like, cool. Well, congrats. Like, I'm really not gonna give. If my mom was like, hey, I heard Tina fucking Charles. How's your wife? I'm like, she fine. I wouldn't give a fuck about who Tina fucking. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. Because I left my feelings about Tina with Tina when I left Tina. That's just... Did I lose you?
No, I'm with you. I'm thinking the shoe finna drop or some shit. But
I don't have any other cool shit to say. I wish I had like some dope ass and that's why it's 2 Ds for the people. Like I really don't have anything cool to say after that shit. That's just what it was. I mean, and maybe it's something deeper. Maybe I probably need to talk to a psychiatrist about that shit. I'm almost certain it's some feeling.
no. There's nothing wrong with compartmentalizing your feelings. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel, you're entitled to
But
that.
the weird part for me is I understand how I feel, but I also have to understand how other people feel and understand that it's not the same. So then I go with so then it becomes a matter of how much do I respect my friend? Do I respect my friend enough not to hurt his feelings? Including me playing by a rule that I don't agree with. Because if I didn't, it would hurt his feelings.
All right. So this is where we come in with we introduce some pimp logic to the situation, right? There's an old saying in pimpology called "the bitch chose me,"
Yeah.
right? So let's say one of your partners catch a wife down bad and knock her
Yeah.
down. Is there a boundary that's crossed, or that your wife chose up and
F,
hey man,
F,
relationship
F
over?
in this F in this mythical situation where one of my homeboys caught my wife in a situation where they could actually engage in any type of affection with my wife, whether it's physical, whether it's like sex or fucking subtle hand touching or whatever. In that case, I can't solely blame that on my partner. Me and my wife got shit. Obviously, we got other issues. And then B, shit she chose. So relationship over. That's the easy part. I'm gonna be upset because yes, I do care about her and there was time invested. But I'm not gonna be upset so much to the point to where at the very most I cut her off and I cut him off. Not because he slid at my wife, but he slid at my wife while she's my wife. Like if we weren't together and he was like, hey man, you remember your ex-wife? I hit your ex-wife. I don't give a fuck about you hitting my ex-wife. I don't give a fuck about my ex-wife. But you hit my current wife, that's a violation of my current relationship. Like you seem confused. What you mean? Why you look like that?
I'm trying. Basically, I'm trying to find your
My
boundary
boundary
line,
line is
right?
it's simple. Present versus past. Do you hit my current chick? No. Why? Because them is against the rules. Do you hit my past chick? I don't give a fuck.
What?
My rule,
What rule?
the rules that we have established that don't fuck with my wife. Is that fucking simple? Now I don't have a like some niggas have a don't fuck with anything I've ever fucked with rule, right? I have a don't fuck with my current thing rule, whether it's girlfriend, wife. My situation, I'm married. So
Okay,
these are my rules, right? Okay.
let's go down this rabbit hole. Okay, so you and your wife, anything can happen, right? You pick your nose and
Yeah.
you accidentally
Yeah.
wipe it on the bed sheet, right? And she see this shit and be like, I can't take this shit no
Yeah.
more. I'm up, fam. So you and your wife are
Yeah.
officially on a break. Your partner goes and hits your
Yeah.
wife. Y'all on the break. She needed some help around the house. I went around there and
Yeah.
man, I fell into the pussy beat. So I just wanted to I'm coming to you as a man, Charles. And I just want to let you know, I fucked your
Yeah.
wife. So based on your logic, that's not my current. We ain't together right now.
Well, no, because
It's
you're missing the
cool.
first part. Even when I said if you're in a relationship, we both know there's that period where there's a chance y'all might get back together. But we're talking about something that's far removed. I know niggas that's like, I know niggas that got mad at niggas for fucking with a chick that they fucked with like 2-3 chicks ago. You know what I'm saying? But you know I love Brenda. What the fuck are you talking about? You got a whole girl here. You got a whole wife here. And
So that's you counting another nigga hoes though.
could possibly be.
That's you saying, man, you got all these hoes. Why you
No.
care about that bitch?
No, that's me
That's my
saying,
business.
nigga, if this is gonna be a line, right? If this is where you're gonna care, then let's hold that shit across the board. Because if that's gonna be the rule, then all right, let everybody play by the same rule. Any chick that you holler at is your girl, and nobody hollering at the chick that you holler at. Nobody holler at the chick that you holler at. So if you ever pull some snake shit, remember you're playing these rules. That's what these are the rules that you establish. And that's how I roll. Like I play by the rules that I already established. I don't agree with the rules, but I play by them.
Yeah, that's why I say I had a dope bomber campaign for like 8 years. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that I mastered the politic in life, right? Like the best rule of thumb is in the event of a gray area, avoid it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If I value the
yeah.
friendship,
If
you know what
that,
I'm saying? If I don't value the friendship, nigga, fuck what you talking
I
about?
guess
I'm at the
that's a
bitch.
very good way to put it. In the event of a gray area, avoid it.
But I mean
Yeah,
that's reality speaking. Like, dude, you you can't I can't tell you how to feel about something that
I
you
agree.
once felt so strongly about, right? I can't tell you, man, you should
I
be over
want
that
to,
shit, man. That was
but
just some
like I
shit.
said, in the back of my mind, I know I can't. That is like I want to tell you you shouldn't care about this, but there's a part of me that feels like I can't. No matter how selfish I think it is, I can't tell you to be over some shit that you ain't over. So that's why it hits the gray area. It's why avoid it.
Yeah. And I've always felt like I possess the ability to get to,
Uh,
attract women. You know what I'm saying? So naturally a woman's gonna be attracted to me, right? In my mind,
hey man,
just for clarity's
hey
sake. In
man,
my
I
mind, a
don't
woman,
judge. Hey man, I got you. I'm with you. Whatever you say.
yeah, I'm handsome, I'm quirky, and
Yeah,
the jokes be
I
hitting
feel you.
sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, by nature, you know what I'm saying, a
Yeah,
woman should
in
be
theory.
attracted to me. But I've always line. I remember in my
Mm,
youth I had a partner, right? He had went him and his old lady was living with him
yeah.
and his mama at the time, right? And he
Mm-hmm.
went upside the head. And he ended up going to jail. And like shit, you sent him to jail, you can't go back to his
Yeah.
mama house, you know what I'm saying? So she came over to the crib one day. I was selling reefer at the time to buy
You was
some
selling
reefer.
reefer to buy reefer?
No, yes, I
No,
smoked my reefer.
okay, yeah, I get it. I just wanted to make sure I heard you properly. I'm sorry.
No, she
Okay,
came to me to
I
purchase
thought
some
you
reefer
said
because I
I was
saw.
selling reefer to buy reefer, and that's why I got confused about
Well, I mean,
it. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of there's some truth in that too.
yeah,
I was
right.
smoking for free. You know what I'm saying? So, and she came up in some
Uh-huh.
old short ass shorts too,
Yeah.
and she was kind of thick. I knew her for I actually knew her before I knew him, and we sitting there and shit, right? And at the time, I ain't had no furniture, so we just had like two stools and a bar. So we both sitting on the stools, we smoking and shit, chopping it up. And she start tapping on the stool
Mm-hmm.
right in front of that pussy. And so naturally, you hear a
Okay.
sound. What you gonna do?
See where it coming from. Mm-hmm.
So And like, nigga, I had one to squeeze for a couple of years before they got together. So I was like, yeah. But then I thought about it. I was like, man, you really think that much of me that I'm that much of a slime ball to sit back and fuck you while my partner locked up, right? She was like, no, nothing like that. I just came over. I'm like, no, this shit fucked up. Cause you like it as a man, you kind of know your striking point. You know what I'm saying? Like all I gotta do is either one or two things: whip my dick out, or ask her to take it
Yeah.
off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just came straight up with it. You know, this shit foul as fuck, and I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I told her that shit, and I didn't do it. Uh, long or the short end of it, when he got out of jail, they got back together. So if I was making a decision for him, I'd have been like, she put you in jail. That shit over with. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have at it. But that was a lesson in life that, the fact that I didn't do anything like that, I was still able to maintain a relationship with my partner without him coming back having that shame that while you were locked up, I fucked your bitch. Yeah. So, that's kind of
That.
what gave me the information and the understanding that even though the opportunity is there, I got to be the man which I say I am.
Did what happened with the relationship between your partner and old girl?
Thank God she moved
They
right
still
back
together
in with
today?
me.
What happened?
Hell no. So what was it? And anytime you in a young relationship with two niggas beating on each other, what
Yeah.
shit don't end. It ran its
Yeah.
course. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
You and your partner in it?
you know, even though I was
Yeah.
friends,
I was gonna say you and your partner
go
in it still
ahead.
cool today?
Hell no. Fell out with that nigga like 3-4 years ago.
Long what if you don't mind me asking? Just time.
Combination of shit. No, well, that nigga always been some creep
Oh,
shit. And but I was, in my youth. Well, I ain't gonna say in my youth. Up until that point, I would give niggas grace and be like, man, fuck it, keep it pimping. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a point to where the nigga actually tried to shoot a shot at one of my ex girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? Because not to brag or boast, but I deal with beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
attracted to beautiful women. So I mean, naturally,
yeah,
you gonna like my bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you any type of man, you gonna like my
right,
bitch because I
right,
like my bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's my philosophy. But the nigga, he tried to shoot at my bitch, and while he's shooting at her, she's sending me
yeah,
like, "This
as
what your
she
partner
should.
talking about?" And I'm still overlooking the shit, right? I'm like, well, bitch, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner, bitch. All you gotta do is say no.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, it is what it is. So we still partners, you know what I'm saying? But then it was one time the nigga got drunk, came over to my house and shit like that, and I had company, and he tried to fight my company, and my company ended up yoking the
yeah,
nigga up. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga, he felt some type of way. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it was my other homeboy, and this nigga, he about 50 something. Been to prison a couple of times, and both of them been to prison. And the young nigga, he trying to tell the old nigga about how shit go, and that he told the nigga, "I beat your ass." Old nigga was like, "Okay." He went. Young nigga goes to the bar, go to fix him a drink. Old nigga sweep up from behind him. You said you were gonna do what? And I'm like, oh shit. So I go break the shit up. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga never got over that shit. He was like, you set me up on some motherfucking Marion Barry type shit. Like, nah, nigga. Like, you can't talk to a grown ass man. And then, of course, I ain't paying the
yeah,
attention because I ain't thinking nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, he was on some fuck you shit and some old fuck nigga shit. I was like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna leave this shit alone. I'm out of mercy. I'm out of grace. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you, but I ain't fucking with you no more, man. This shit is too much, you know. And so it all
Yeah.
play a part into it, right? And you know, maybe the fact he thinks
Yeah.
something may have happened, but you know, I was just being a
Yeah.
nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to look out. She was gonna give the pussy to somebody, but it wasn't gonna be
That,
me.
that's noble shit. It's-
But
yeah.
I get women, dog. So you know, like, okay, yeah, did I want to fuck her?
Yeah.
I would have fucked her. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Had they not
Yeah.
been together, yeah, the fuck. But just personally, it at the risk of losing somebody I
Mm,
considered a good friend, nah, nah. And I've had several situations like that. That's why, you know, niggas, wives and girlfriends, I don't send friend requests to or
yeah.
none of that shit. Like, that's your business. And, you know, truth be told, for the most part, I really don't accept friend requests from
Right.
people, wives and girlfriends. I'm a single nigga, so I
Yeah.
talk as a single man. You know what I mean? So I post some shit about some shit I'm doing, and your wife or your girlfriend feels some type of way and come try to check me on my page.
Mm-hmm.
Now you think I'm just gonna continue to eat the disrespect? No, eventually I'm gonna verbally
Yeah.
eviscerate her ass. You know what I'm saying? So I know me, especially if I'm on the drink. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you know she in my business.
Man,
But
let me
that's
take
just
a
the
break for a
politics.
couple of minutes, make a phone call right quick, man. Is that straight? All right. Well, give me a couple of
That's
minutes.
cool.
I'm send us this joint right quick. Mm-hmm.
All right.
This is INMF.
I loved you. What happens? I decide, not you. Now, you don't love me anymore. Well, that breaks my heart, but it's still fucking bad because you don't gotta love me. But you will respect me.
This is INMF.
I decide, not you. Now, you don't love me anymore, that breaks my heart, but it's still fucking bad, because you don't gotta love me. But you will respect me.
This is INMF.
I loved you. What happens, I decide, not you. Now, you don't love me
Yeah.
anymore, that breaks my heart, but it's still fucking bad, because you don't gotta love me.
All right, man, we're back. I do not know why. Like right now, looking at you'll see it, and whenever you come back, whenever you go back and look, but your picture keeps changing, and I can't figure out. See, now it's right back. No, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know, man. I'm not as technologically savvy as I want to be, but
Or as you portray
yeah,
yourself to be.
normally, like I lie.
Wow.
Really, it's just a matter of me googling shit, and the shit works. So I'm IT, yeah, but it's a lot of lying. It's a lot of lying.
I ain't the person that you think I am.
You know what I'm saying? The nigga was like, he's a fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Peebo Drip, man, and the Tasty Teardrops. We just gonna give you some more up. But I don't know if you heard or not, right? But it's starting to become a trend because somebody else has adopted what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Okay, it started up probably about a month
Yeah.
ago, right? Pictures came out to where Chris Brown was charging his fans $1,000 after the show for a meet and greet
Yeah, I
in a
remember
picture.
seeing like all the pictures, like all the young cat on his leg.
Yes, indeed. That unkempt feline.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing
Yeah.
the pictures.
So basically, I say it's becoming a trend because Meg the Stallion recently came out. You know, she has label issues. She came out and she's adopting a similar trend as
All
of
right.
recently.
Before we,
I'm not sure on the amount she's charging, but it appears that she is having meet and greets and taking pictures with
this
fans
is
after the
poor
show.
research. Poor research. I need to know.
It's not documented anywhere.
Oh, so shit. We have to Google it. I wonder if I have time. Do I have time to Google it? I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, I guess I
I'm
can.
gonna Google it while you talk about it. But go ahead, cause I really want to know this price.
Yeah, but apparently it's becoming, and it was something I thought about, right? For the most part, it's been females on both Chris Brown's side and Meg the Stallion
What you
side,
mean
right?
on their side?
And
Like,
on
okay,
perspective.
saying it's okay to do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, these are the only people who are doing it. I mean, I haven't
Do them in,
seen many heterosexual men who are doing that, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna be toxic as fuck. with what I'm about to say, but if I pay $1,000 to C Mac the Stallion, I expect some fucking.
Say,
I want some head, at least pet the pony or some shit,
man,
man, for real.
but
Like something has to go on. There's no way in hell I can see myself. I damn sure wouldn't pay $1,000 to meet and greet with a man and take a
of
goddamn old
course,
picture. But definitely for a female, like you got to do something other than just shake my hand and take a damn picture with me, right? For a
I seen
thousand
one
dollars.
picture. I seen one picture where it was a dude with Chris Brown and they both like had like the same dance moves and shit. I mean, I guess that would have been some cool shit. I can't sit here and say $1,000 is a lot of money, and I don't know if I pay $1,000 to see a dude. There is dudes that I probably pay some money to see, but them niggas ain't allowed now. Like niggas like Prince, or Michael Jackson. Like if I had a
Mm. Well, I would pay 1,000 to see the concert.
the
I
meet
wouldn't pay 1,000 to
the meet and
no.
greet, I'd pay it, but I'd have that fear that they'd be an asshole. Like, don't touch me. It's not like I'd be on the nigga in the first place. But if I feel like, hey,
But I mean, imagine you did, and you go, hypothetically speaking, God bless the dead, and not to embark on it, but you pay $1,000 to meet Prince, and nigga just and take a picture with you and walk the fuck off. Like I'm gonna feel like
you,
Clyde and Players Club. You know what I'm saying? Luke can see me. He can see me for
was that the
real.
old gangster Clyde? Was that his name? Do something to make me feel
That was
good.
Clyde.
Was that nigga?
Yeah. No, that was Clyde. I forget his name.
Wasn't that the
But
same movie?
Clyde, like when Luke was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same movie. It's the same movie.
Do
That's Players
something to
Club.
make me
But
feel
if you remember
good.
the scene when they was in the strip club, him and Ice Cube, and Luke and they had Michael Clark Duncan
Yeah,
working the dope.
yeah.
And Clyde was like, "Man, I'm gonna go in there with Luke and get at them hoes." And he go up to the door of Michael Clark Duncan. He like, "Man, hey man, let me in there to go see Luke." He like, "Nah, man, Luke ain't seeing nobody right now." And then Clyde get up in the nigga chest. Luke can see me. He can see me. For real. And the nigga was like, and then Michael Clark Duncan had bashed the nigga on the back of the head. It was like Miami style, baby.
I got,
And
I gotta
knocked
go
him
back
out.
and watch this shit. I remember done that bullshit.
And then Ice Cube pull out the pistol and start airing that bitch up. You ain't see
I
Players
ain't seen
Club,
I seen
man?
the shit like years ago. I remember bits and parts of it, but I don't remember the part you're talking about. That's why I said I have to go back and watch it. I've seen Players Club, and
Oh
I'm
shit.
in the conversation with you. I'm just really trying to find out the price. Here's the thing, and I get what you're saying, and you're correct. $1,000 for Megan Thee Stallion. I like to have intercourse with Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm a happily married man. I have no interest in having intercourse with Megan Thee Stallion.
Would you get some head?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, this.
So,
All right, I ain't gonna put you in that bathtub, baby, but
mm-mm. So, but
you don't think your old lady understand, like, baby, it
it's
was
not
meant to
Oprah.
stop.
You understand me? It's not Angela Bassett. This is Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion rich and she famous. But to my wife, Megan Thee Stallion is some chick from Houston. She is not to that level where she was like, yeah, I get it. It's Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, y'all aren't mature enough for that in that childish ass relationship. No fucking celebrities realm. No, you cannot fuck
No, we're not at that
celebrities.
point.
No,
We're not at that
absolutely
point.
not.
Not at that
Absolutely
point. You know what I'm
not.
saying? But
Would she understand? Oh,
what you understand? Who? Oprah.
Oprah.
I think she would if money was involved. I think she'd do it with the understanding that money would be involved. Worst case scenario, she'd say, if you do it, you better steal something from my house if you ain't getting no money. Which, I mean, that's kind of the trade off. Oh, it's not like Oprah don't have no cheap shit laying around. Oprah probably got like nice paintings and shit. If I hit Oprah, I'm stealing some shit.
Fucking me up. The realm, you finna have
What?
me go there. So Oprah like, real, I like you and I want you. I'll give you $1 million to stick a thumb up your booty. Would you be down?
Are we finna do this right now? So listen.
I told you this. I told you to stop. I tried to tell you to stop. I said no. I gave a code word and everything, and you just kept fucking going.
$1 million.
$1 million. Just an Oprah thumb, not a regular man thumb. An Oprah thumb up the booty.
Is it like in and out of how what's the duration? No, I don't think I could take a thumb for $1 million, man. I would try to finagle. I'd ask questions. Am I allowed to ask questions? Like,
Have you had a prostate exam yet?
no, not yet. But and that's it's kind of along those lines. Like, if anyone willing to pay you $1 million to stick a thumb up your booty is not finna do no prostate exam. They finna rape you. They finna rape you. Let's no. You've been fingering women since you were 12. You understand how to go. You know there's some subtlety involved, or you 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 can get vicious. Listen, if a doctor's in you like, you're good, right? If Oprah pay you $1 million to stick a thumb in your booty, she's not finna go, well, $1 million worth. No, she
gonna be up in that bitch.
you gonna feel that shit in your lower intestine.
What? It's an Oprah thumb all about that bit.
Everybody know anything that go up your booty hole is magnified 10 times. Them is the math. Them is the maths. You know how they say everything look big on TV? Everything feel bigger through the back, man.
I think I
young meal. I mean, shit, you be $1 million.
Yeah, for that young meal.
You know, do it.
Yeah,
but best believe
Oprah thumb. Like I couldn't take like a Shaq thumb. No,
even an Oprah thumb. You finna try to run, she gonna chase you. She gonna hit you.
I could take it. I had the prostate exam. I could take Oprah.
Is that what the prostate exam did for you? It let you know your gauge. I mean, because let's be mature about it. We're older. I got one around the corner. Like I'm not.
You should have had one if you crossed 40.
I got one around the corner, right? So we won't be coy about the shit. Be like, oh my God, no, we won't have. But I would imagine that once you do cross that threshold, it's like, okay, not something I want to do every day, but kind of like.
It feels like somebody taking your manhood. Now, just to be clear, like you sitting there laid on your side,
your feet. Nigga, I tell you to relax. Look at.
No, I got a feet. A dog. She's like, it's okay. Just take it.
I would pull it up. Motherfucker.
I refuse to say what happened, but it was no.
You got aroused. It's one of two things gonna happen. Either you farted, you got aroused, or she giggled. It's one of three things. I refuse to say what happened. You got aroused.
No, I giggled because like she kind of pinched. She pinched the bottom of my nut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Like I got real sense nuts, man. They found us smirking and shit. Like, man.
Megan Thee Stallion charges $1,000. Listen. All I'm saying is, anybody charge you $1 million to do anything, you have to assume they're gonna do the worst of that thing. Like a motherfucker was like, I'll pay you $1 million to eat snow cones with me. Then be prepared for them to like shoot you your snow cones to like this snow cannon and shit, where you just constantly get hit in the motherfucking face with with shade.
That's awkward. Just sitting there with the shame face. Just
I can't do shit. That shit. I just imagine that. I mean, this is rule. It's that whole too good to be true shit. Like if a motherfucker was like, "We'll give you $1 million to drive this car," I'm like, what's wrong with the car?
isn't it a decent proposal?
Yeah.
It's a decent proposal.
So, let's say she charging $1,000.
Yeah.
For $1,000, you get the smell Megan Thee Stallion, you get the touch Megan Thee Stallion. What if her breath stink? That's my fear. My fear is my stars becoming human to me. You understand what I'm saying? You don't smell breath when you see these motherfuckers on TV. And you know that that breath smell. You know that you ever smelled not
dead
smell, no. You ever smelled giblets? You ever smell like gizzards?
I was trying to
you ever smell gizzards? A liver. Hey man. Hey man. Yeah. It kind of had like a stale smell to it, like milky chalk.
Yeah, that's there too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so let's say
if something's wrong with your breath, either you got a bad tooth or you got a medical
which is
condition.
still a bad tooth. Well, a bad tooth is a medical condition. But let's say that breath bumping. And she be like, "How long you been a fan?" You be like, "I don't know, 2 years." This is one twerking video, and her breath just constantly hitting you in the face with breath. But you paid $1,000. Would the $1,000 experience be worth it? I don't know if she signed something. I have a Sports Illustrated with Megan Thee Stallion on it. To my knowledge, it's the first time a rapper had been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I'd like to get that signed by Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Yeah. Oh, so you're a fan?
Yeah. So, for me to get that signed by Megan Thee Stallion, I'm not sure if that'd be $1,000 worth. I got to sit through the Megan Thee Stallion concert, and I have to be honest with you. I'm not sure if I give enough fuck about Megan Thee Stallion songs to sit through a Megan Thee Stallion concert for a Megan Thee Stallion meet and greet. Is the meet and greet before or after the concerts?
It's after the concert.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to sit through that shit. And what song she got? Like some shit about niggas eating pussy or some shit. Niggas ain't shit.
Oh, I got some head to big old freak one time. Nigga, it was magnificent.
Well, you had to get some.
And I had that song on replay because I couldn't think of nothing else to play at the time.
I mean, I think you could get head to fucking the chimney sweeper song from fucking Mary Poppins, and it'll be, oh, you know what, this is some nice shit because you're not thinking about the fucking song. But I'm saying, would you ever buy a Megan Thee Stallion album? Okay.
No.
Would you buy?
No. I really wouldn't buy any, and as sexy as it sounds, but I just couldn't ride and listen to a whole album of a woman talking about fuck.
Not even Young M.A.? But she talking about fucking chicks.
Young M.A. don't got good hooks.
I ain't never thought about that. She got some dope lyrics, though. What about Rhapsody?
But
Rhapsody, like, she one of them deep neo soul kind of rappers, where she, poetic, like.
Well, she's not physically Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
So she has to look attractive to you and then have content that you can vibe with in order for you to buy an album. And those two.
No. Before you start, that's where I stop at my sexism. She, like, I grew up, I would buy a Mia X album. I listened to the whole Miseducation of
Did you
Lauryn
buy?
Hill album.
Did you buy
I listened.
Mercedes album?
Oh, go ahead. No, I never could find the album.
Huh.
To this day, I don't know what she sound like on the microphone.
She had a song. It's just like, do you, it's your thing. That I always heard her on a commercial. That's the only time I heard her on a commercial.
Yeah, I never heard a full song, but Mia
Yeah.
X, she could rap. Queen Latifah, yes. MC Light, yes. Lady of Rage, yes. Like back then, women didn't necessarily talk so much about sexuality. They could fucking rap. Like Bahamadia, she could rap.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
But
Remy
she can
Ma
go.
could rap.
She can go.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like the standard for like I think that's why a meal I never really could get into a meal because a meal always talk about putting pussy on mustaches and shit. As I scratch my mustache out of it. No. Uh,
oh,
but she
Lamille.
all it was always
What about
something
Missy?
special.
Missy can
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I bought the first Elliott album. She has one of my favorite songs of all time. With the passenger
Mm.
with her and Genuine. And oddly enough, it was a sexually explicit song, but it wasn't. Well, it was a sexual and sensual song. It wasn't just about beating it from the back and
What
nothing like that.
What about
You know.
who was this young chick I was thinking about? I don't know. Come to me. What about the Ghetto Twins? You ever listen to them? You know the
Yeah,
Ghetto
I like the
Twins.
Ghetto Twins. First time I heard Ghetto Twins was on
What about Lil
Scarface, My
Kim?
Homies. Little Kim's first
Yeah,
album, Hardcore, even though it was
yeah.
sexually explicit, Lil Kim was rapping. Like she has one of my favorite songs of all time, and that Drugs. Drugs, baby. Damn, huh? I love you like alive. Smoking ganja. Seem familiar. Can I feel you? All I want to do is touch you. The ultimate
What
rush.
about a girl from DTB? No, Foxy.
Fox?
Foxy straight. If you fuck with Kim, probably fuck with Foxy.
Yeah, yeah. And like I say, the females back then, the standard for a female rapper was different
Do
than the
you think it
criteria
changed?
now. Like, I gotta say, Little
Mm.
Kim. It was it was the rose and the sword. You know what I'm saying? On one side it was the rose because she was switched, and but then again that hardcore cover where she had her legs wide open with that cat skin with that pussy hanging out, nigga.
She got.
But she started her lyrics turned into, she did a great feature on the Mobb Deep joint. Well, actually, you know what? Let me take it back. I can't say Little Kim. I'll be allowed to say Little Kim.
Yeah, because I was gonna say there's some bangers
Did it
after
change?
Lil Kim. Now Lil Kim definitely set like a pattern of being sexy and lyrical, and you see that today in a lot of
Yeah.
women where they lean that's now been diluted to like you say the sex raps, but there's been
Now, even when
Eve
Eve
go.
dropped, Eve got a couple
Old
good
girl
songs.
from
You know what I'm
like I
saying?
mentioned, old girl from DDP, Shauna. Remember Shauna? Shauna can go.
Shauna could rap. Shauna could rap. But that's an interesting question. When did it become just females
I would
rapping
say
about sex?
during the Make It Rain is 05s, 06s, maybe 10s. I can't remember a rapper associated
No,
with
the
the time.
Missy was still putting out music at that time, and Eve.
Barely, barely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't remember.
Like there was a
No, actually, you know what? What changed it was actually 2001 or 2002. Kaya with My Neck and My Back, and Trina when they You Don't Know Nan bitch and
okay.
all that shit.
Yeah, I give you that.
My Neck, My Back was the first number one. It happened to be from my city. It was the first number one nationwide where she was just talking strictly about sex.
Mm. Huh.
and that kind of then you had women would put a foot in the water to where they would talk about sex. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then it just kind of been like it, just like over the course of the last 5 to 10 years, it's just kind of been all of what women rap about.
Okay. Huh. Okay. So with all that being said, you still couldn't see yourself paying $1,000 to meet Megan Thee Stallion.
Hell no, fuck that. Not unless we fucking or something. Not, I wouldn't pay it to see a dude. So for to pay it to see a woman, yeah, that's a different type of trick. Just from my perspective.
If you was paying the fuck, do you think $1,000 be worth it?
The fuck a celebrity? Yes, I would pay $1,000
Any
for a
celebrity?
celebrity.
Because you just said a celebrity.
One that I'm
Okay.
attracted to.
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a couple of porn stars. I'm attracted to.
Oh, I don't know how I feel if I had to pay $1,000 to hit a porn star.
Depends
Because
on
I
the
know she
porn
makes a
star.
lot of money, but it's still a porn star.
But we spent a lot of time together.
Mm.
If it
You a
isn't
nasty old
love,
man. You know
what?
that.
Oh, I'm toxic as fuck. For real, toxic as fuck, man. But you want to go and wrap
Man,
the
we can
show
go
up,
and
man?
wrap this thing. Put a bow on this thing, man. This was a pretty good one, man. I feel good
All
about
right,
this one. This is alright. This is
man.
alright.
Yes, yes. See, well, we got what 3 days to the next one,
Yeah.
man. So we just gonna get them with some
We'll
more.
think
You heard
about
me?
it. I really do wish that I could describe Megan Thee Stallion's breath better because I smell it and I smelled it before. Yeah, I guess it's that dead tooth.
Oh, you
No,
met him?
no. But I smelled the. I smelled
Oh,
never in my life. But I smelled the
oh,
smell before. Like I'd be like, ooh, cabbage or whatever, whatever fuck it is. So yeah, it might be that dead tooth, that hole in the back of the tooth or whatever. But that'd be my fear. That'd be my fear.
ain't nothing wrong with it, man. But let's drop it off the Peebo drip. Then we go ahead and
All
get out
right,
there, bit.
man. Take it easy. Good night, good people. You got anything else you want to
Hold your own. Catch you on the next one.
say?
This is I Am